are the most common causes of failure. Fear, indecision, and doubt. So in this video, we're going to share with you the one way that you can overcome your fears and not be a failure.
Have you ever heard growth happens outside of your comfort zone?
If you've heard that, drop a 1 in the comments below.
Well, in this video, we're going to address that and how you can grow, because when you grow, what happens is you achieve your goals. The person you are right now, currently, won't achieve the goals you set out for yourself, because you have to become the person to achieve those goals. So here, let me give you an example. But hey, while you're jumping on, say hey in the comments below.
Check in. We are so excited to be here with us tonight.
If you are new to our channel, drop down #newbie in the comments. And Kacy and I, we actually have a free gift we'd love to send to you. So if this is your first time ever, please directly reach out to one of us and we'd love to give you a free gift. But in today's video, I want to share with you this story. I was actually talking to this girl today and she was just a little negative. We'll just say that. She was being a little bit negative and she was just saying, how will I know this will work for me? Blah, blah, blah. I'm skeptical, yada, yada, yada. She gave me this whole spiel. And I said, hey, I sent her a voice memo and I said,
Kylie got a little bit spicy.
I got a little spicy. Let's
get some shout outs first. Hi, Jojo. Hello, Carrie.
What's up, Carrie? Mike is with us. Mike,
hi,
how
Mike.
Are you?
Hello. Hey, Brittany. Hi, Mary Beth. Hey, Cindy. Oh, we have some amazing people on here.
We got the whole fam here tonight.
If you check it in the comments, we would love to give you a personal shout out. But yeah, Kai, tell them about what happened in your chat
so I'm
today.
talking to this girl and she was being super negative. And I said, hey, at first I asked her, are you interested in reaching your goal of losing 50 pounds or are you committed? Because at first she asked, well, how long is it going to take me to lose the weight, right? Everyone asked that question.
She was a little bit spicy, though.
How committed you are, right? If someone's super committed, they exercise, they eat perfectly,
they get enough sleep. They don't have stress in their life. They're not on medications.
Those results are going to be dramatically different than someone who just takes the supplements, right? Can we agree that those are two different variables of success? So I'm talking to her and I said, okay, so let me just be super honest with you right now, that how you got to where you are today, it's a direct relationship for the choices you made 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and 20 years ago. So your current body right now is because of the decisions you made in your past. And the person of your past isn't going to create the person you want to be in your future. So what do you have to do? You have to change your mindset. And what I said to her, I said, a negative mind doesn't create a positive life.
Can somebody write that in the comments below? A negative mind does not create a positive life.
And I told her, so what we really recommend with all our clients, and it's actually our giveaway if you're new to our channel, is we recommend people starting a gratitude journal, because what happens, you slowly start becoming a more positive person. And here's what I know for sure. The only people that don't have success with our program, with our supplements, the ones that I've seen that don't have success are the ones who are negative, right? When they start out saying, is there a 30-day money-back guarantee? But I'm not seeing results, yada, yada. The persons who are negative, there's a direct relationship between negativity and no results. We should keep track of that.
Yeah, negativity, no results. But with that being said, Kylie and I have been promoting the products we promote for the last 4 years. And we can count on 1 or 2 hands how many people have actually returned products, because I can count, literally people never do unless they're just not coachable and not willing to create change.
And if they don't take pictures, right? We can tell you if someone wants to return products, I can tell you exactly what they didn't do. They didn't take pictures, so they have no clue what their progress was. And they're like, oh, I'm not seeing results. I said, okay, let me see your pictures. And I say, oh, I don't have pictures. You're not going to see results if you don't have pictures.
And you're actually not going to improve your current situation if you don't track it. Because what gets tracked and measured can be improved. So what ended up happening after that conversation?
Let me pull it up. What happened? She actually ended up buying because I had posture with her.
So Kylie had this conversation with her and told her, if you're going to expect a quick fix, don't expect that. But if you're positive and you're open-minded and you're willing to be committed and not just interested, committed is not just trying. Because if you kind of sort of try, you will kind of sort of get results. Being committed is going all in, is making that decision that you're willing to create new habits, even if you are faced with obstacles, even if you have resistance that is put in front of you. You're willing to do what it takes, even if those obstacles are in front of you. You're willing to go over the road bumps versus quitting, like somebody with a negative closed mind would do.
And so what she said, I said, just told you what I said to her. And then I said, okay, so this is what we recommend, starting a gratitude journal and committing to these lifestyle changes. And then she said, I totally understand and agree with you. This is just a big investment in me and I want to succeed. I'm going through menopause right now, and will that be a hindrance? Right, so then I addressed that.
Wait, big investment in myself. People who pay attention. Kylie and I have seen so many people get incredible results in their health journey.
Someone drop in the comments, people who pay attention.
Because they paid and they invested in themselves, and because they invested in themselves, they have a financial obligation to succeed. Right? If you pay attention. If I buy a course versus getting a free one, what course am I going to pay attention to? The one that I bought, because there is a financial investment, and because I paid for it, I will pay attention. If I get a free course and I'm trying to do something on my own without having a mentor and without following a program or following a system, if I'm doing it by myself and I am treating it like I got it for free, what's going to happen? I'm going to get results like I got it for free too, because I'm barely going to care about it. So the big thing when it comes to reaching your goals is paying attention. If you're willing to invest in yourself, you will pay even closer attention to the foods you're putting into your body, to the movement that you make, to the lifestyle changes that you create.
And so for this woman, the big thing was actually, it wasn't that the products didn't work. It was because she didn't want to spend the money. She had the money, but she didn't want to spend the money to buy the products, right? So we addressed it, and I told her what was up, and she instantly ordered. But so that's what happens in life, is the reason why we stay right where we are is because we let fear, indecision, and doubt keep us there, right? That this woman could have easily stayed exactly where she was. Fear, indecision, doubt. Fear wasn't going to work. Indecision, it's too much money. Doubt, this isn't for me. She even told me, I sent her a picture of all people who are my personal friends, and she said, when she was being a little negative Nancy, she said, that doesn't look like the same person. There's my aunt, my auntie, my mom's friend Lori, my good friend Alyssa, and then my friend Megan. And I said to her, I know all these people personally, have helped them with their transformations, right? I see the progress, but that's why I hate sharing big weight loss stories, because people can't relate to the whole story sometimes. But anyway, my point, clearly we're fired up. This is what Kacy and I do 80% of the day in our direct messenger, so we're bringing that to you tonight. But here's the intention. This girl didn't want to buy because of fear, indecision, and doubt. But what happens when you break through that, when you step outside of your comfort zone, when you do something that is scary, you're rewarded for the decision that you make if you commit to it.
And you're also rewarded for how fast you make that decision. So something resonated with me about a year and a half ago. I met one of our good friends, his name's Caesar, and he introduced us to his movement. It's called Be 10 Times Bolder. And Caesar clicked the dots for Kylie and I, because...
Can someone drop down B10XB?
B10XB. I'm repping the brand.
Drop that in the comments below. B10X.
B10 times bolder. Okay. So what is the one thing that helps you overcome fear, indecision, and doubt? It's being 10 times bolder. If you're struggling with fear, indecision, and doubt, struggling to make a decision, you're struggling because you don't think you're worthy, ask yourself, what would I do if I was 10 times bolder? That is the simple, easiest way for you to overcome fear, is ask yourself, what would the bolder version of myself do? and you do what the bolder version of yourself would do. Because the bolder version of yourself is the one who has hit the goals you have set for yourself. Your future self is the bolder version of yourself. But you have to be willing to step into that bolder version of yourself. If you're feeling fearful, if you're feeling doubt, and if you are feeling indecision, the one way to overcome all three of the three major causes of failure is to be 10 times bolder. If you, or maybe in your business, if you were making $10,000 passive residual income a month, who would you be? How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you communicate with your friends? What would you do with your friends? What kind of fun would you be having if you were making $10,000 passive residual income a month? Ask yourself those questions, because that's what the bolder version of yourself would do. Because the bolder version of yourself, if you have a business, you have that goal to make $10,000 a month, right? That's like the first big goal, is making $10,000 passive residual income a month, whether you work or not, right? How would you be if you were that person? And you have to start being that person now. You have to start making those decisions that person who is making $10,000 passive residual income a month, you have to start making those decisions now. You have to become that person. Because when you set a goal for yourself, as Kylie mentioned, it's who you become in the process. But if you start being that person now, you're going to trick your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. So as you start being that person, what decisions would they make? What habits would they create? Who are the people they're surrounding themselves with? Ask yourself those questions, and then start finding situations where you can put yourself around people who have those same goals. Ask them what their habits are. Ask them what they do on a daily basis.
We got a timeout. What Kacy just said is so powerful. You have to adopt the habits of that person who has your dream person, whatever that person looks like. You need to adopt those habits now. But here's the thing. There are 24 hours in the day. And this is actually, I feel like every video, Kacy and I give you a tip of why we weren't successful in the beginning of our careers.
We want you to learn from our failures.
Yeah, we need to write books on this. But something that the best advice I got 4 years ago was from one of my mentors, Lee Cliff. And so Lee sat Kacy and I down, and he had just read this book called The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster by Darren Hardy. And in the book, Darren Hardy interviews a bunch of really successful people. And what he found is the most successful people focus on their vital task. And they have 3 vital tasks. Just 3 vital tasks. And so they can perform those vital tasks. What do they have to do? They have to say no to more people, right? So Kacy and I were at this point where I just graduated from college. I was advising for my sorority. I was working 40 hours a week. We were both coaching the Ultimate Frisbee team at the University of Maine. We were doing everything.
We were going to practice in tournaments every other weekend.
Yeah, we were playing Frisbee all the time. We were working out all the time. We were doing all the things. But my business was like number 10 on the list, right? So we said, okay, girls, if you had to choose 3 things, what would those 3 things be? That you had, that your main focus of those 3 things. And so what I realized was my business wasn't even a priority, right? I would treat the last day of the month. If I treated the last day of the month how I did my whole month, my business would be completely different. But what happened is Kacy and I started saying no to everything, right? We started saying no to going hang out with our friends. We started saying no.
And when Kylie says that, like going out on the weekends, something that would be a waste of time, like going out, having drinks, having small talk, saying no to those things.
So we started saying no more. And I evaluated my 3 things, right? My faith, my family, and my business. My 3 things. Faith, family, business, and fitness is in there. But those are my things that those are the things that I do, right? That's what I spend 80% of my time doing those things. And what's happened because of that, Kacy and I our team is amazing. God is so good. God has literally placed the most incredible people into our life. And this month is going to be the biggest month we've ever had. We're hitting this humongous rank. And it's because
we've been making those decisions of our bolder selves.
But God does have a sense of humor,
He
right?
does.
What happened when I quit my full-time job? So I got rid of one of my things. I quit my full-time serving job. And then what did he say? He said, you can't play Frisbee anymore. You can't play Frisbee for a while. I've had 2 knee surgeries in the last 3 years. So it made me focus on my business. If it wasn't for my surgeries, my business wouldn't be where it is today.
So the bottom line of this video tonight is, how do you overcome fear? The easiest way to overcome fear is to be 10 times bolder, because the 3 most common causes of failure are fear, indecision, and doubt. How do we cure fear, indecision, and doubt?
How do we do it?
Being 10 times bolder. When you're 10 times bolder and you make those decisions as if you were 10 times bolder, as if you're already achieving that goal, what's going to happen? That goal is going to come into fruition. You're going to achieve that goal you set for yourself, because you're going to become the person in the process who is worthy of achieving that goal. But in order to overcome fear, we have to be bolder. We have to make the bolder decisions. We have to ask ourselves, like Kylie and I have had to make so many decisions this month. We had set this goal at the beginning of the year. Actually, our goal was to hit this in August, and we made a decision 90 days ago. We're going to pivot. We're going to pivot from, 90 days ago, right? That's when COVID hit. We're going to pivot, and okay, if we have to be stuck in our homes for the next foreseeable future, what are we going to do? We're going to fine-tune our skills. We're going to build new teams. We're going to help build our leaders. We're going to help create more duplication. We're going to get on more platforms. What do? We did all of those things. And then now, 90 days later, we're being rewarded for all of those private acts that we've had in public, right? And you're punished or rewarded for the actions you've taken in private. The way our business works is you're rewarded in 90-day cycles. Your health journey, you are rewarded in 90-day cycles. We always recommend following our program for 90 days. 90 days or until you get to desired results, is because after 8 weeks, that's when the miracles start happening. 8 weeks of consistency, because small wins create momentum. Momentum isn't created after a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks of consistent daily action. Momentum is created by small wins done consistently for 90 days. And then now, here we are 90 days later, and we're hitting a top rank in our company. But it's because of these actions and these habits and the bold decisions. So we want to inspire you tonight to make bold decisions. Be 10 times bolder. If you set goals that are really freaking big, you have to make the bold decision to get closer to that goal.
I love what Jim Rohn says. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Right? Sometimes it takes a few sacrifices of focus for a little while, and you're going to live a life that you dream of. But a lot of people are lazy. They take the easy way out. They do what's convenient. But when you do that, the things that are hard, it's so simple in weight loss. If you do the hard things now, you eat well, you exercise.
You take your supplements, you follow your program.
You do what is hard, your life will be easy. Fast forward 60 years from now. Where will you be? How is your mental health? How is your brain health? Kacy and I, we have a grandmother who died of Alzheimer's. I am doing everything in my power right now to have a strong mind, right? But it's the decisions you make today that affect you 50 years from now. And it's the same thing. The decisions you made 90 days ago are the reason why you're getting results now or you're not. So it's your decision. It's one simple decision, and I'm sure you've heard this, but you are one decision away from a completely different life. What is that one decision you can do? Be bolder.
Be 10 times bolder. That's it. The one decision. You know what the difference between faith and fear is? Fear. This is so good. The difference between faith and fear. Faith is being in a situation and expecting a positive outcome. Fear is being faced with a certain situation and expecting a negative outcome. You have two choices. You can either have faith or you can have fear. The faith is stepping outside of your comfort zone. The faith is being open-minded. The faith is being open and willing to change to create new habits and expecting a positive outcome. The fear...
The faith is not knowing how.
Not knowing how. You say yes and you don't know how it's going to work out. That's how you will achieve any goals. We were just on a training with our mentor, Bob Heilig, today, and he was talking about the impossible goals. The impossible goals, the way that you achieve those is you say yes to the goal. You have your vision on the goal. You don't know how it's going to happen, but you just keep taking action in spite of fear. You take action in steps of faith. You expect a positive outcome, not knowing how things are going to work out. What is fear? Fear is closed-minded. Fear is expecting a negative outcome. When we're feeling fearful, it's because we're expecting a negative outcome. When we're feeling faith, we're expecting a positive outcome. You have a choice the way that you view the situation you're in. You can have fear or you can have faith. It's up to you, and your outcome is up to you too. It's all determined on the thoughts that you're thinking, the feelings you're feeling, and the actions that you take. That's how faith and fear work. Positive thoughts lead to a positive outcome. Negative thoughts lead to a negative outcome every single time. So you can feel the fear and do it anyway and have faith, or just be paralyzed by fear, doubt, and indecision and allow your life to be a failure. And we don't want that. We know you're not on this video. You wouldn't still be on this video if you wanted those results. You're on this video because you have big goals, you have big dreams. We believe in you. You just have to be a little bit bolder. Say yes. Make the bolder decision. Be 10 times bolder. Your results are going to dramatically change in the next 90 days.
Kacy and I, we're fired up. We're
excited.
Hey, if you had some value tonight, drop down #value in the comments below. Mike, you're so awesome. Thank you so much. We're grateful. Mike's been on this journey basically since we started.
Mike and I connected on a marketplace ad. That was when we were real scrappy connecting with people. 3.5 years ago. And Mike has seen this whole journey. He's seen us go from having a job, quitting our jobs, right? And so, Mike, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here.
And we got to meet Mike in person, which was super cool. But hey, here's the thing though. Here is this one last thing I want to share with you today is the goals you set out for yourself. It may take you longer than you expect. Right?
We've been working on this goal for 4 years.
Yeah, I literally have my goal cards over here, and I wrote those goals down.
Hi, JoJo. Oh, JoJo has a big goal she's going after.
2 years ago, I wrote that goal down that we're going to accomplish this month. 2 years ago. Right, I wanted to accomplish it sooner, but it was about the person I had to become in the process. You never arrive when you get to a goal, but you have to keep going until. Right? The word until is so powerful. You know why? Because it means you never give up. Mm-hmm. Kacy and I are going to keep going and going and going and achieving more goals and doing other things, and I'm not going to stop because that's not in my blood.